Darren, a disappointing afternoon. You seemed to cope quite well in the first half, but then in the second half, Cheltenham just got on top of you.
I thought we played very well in the first half. We knew it was going to be a difficult task, a difficult game, because of the position they're in, and we have to start looking at that now, which is important. I take total responsibility as a manager of the football club. I knew when I took over from the previous managers, it's not easy to manage at times, but I have to make sure that I take responsibility and I deal with the situation that we're in that performance today, and make sure we move forward.
What do you think went wrong in the second half?
I think when I look at the character and personality, and I talked about responsibility all week, I felt the performance levels just weren't there in the second half like they were in the first half. Having said that, we knew it was going to be a set play game, just like it was in the first game, as to the way they play. They got towels, wiping down balls, and it was slow. It's hard to get the ball down and play, but you have to deal with that, and we didn't. And going 1-0 down so soon was disappointing, but you have to give them credit. I thought they worked hard. They've got a young group of players that were hungry, and I felt that we didn't show that today.
Because it's a situation you have to be aware of now, the fact they're fighting to get out of trouble. Do you have to look down and look at the points gap between yourselves and the bottom two now?
Definitely. I mean, players are playing for their futures. All of us are, and that's why I will take responsibility of the group and the way I manage it and the formation. I'll take all of that, because I knew the day I become manager, that was, it's my job that is on the line. I just expected more from a group of players today with the support that we've had together, but they didn't show it.
You've always been in credit as a manager, having pulled the club up from where they were. You'll be disappointed if you start to see the teams falling back towards that relegation zone.
I will do, and that's why I have to make sure that we go back to basics, and the players, first and foremost, they got to work harder than that. I thought, it was a gutless performance in the second half. First half was okay, but we're talking about a League Two encounter against Cheltenham on a difficult surface that I expected more determination, more desire, and our supporters are emotional, and if I was a supporter today, I'd be disgusted with that second half performance.
Particularly having fallen behind, the lack of chances created, I guess, and you didn't really put Cheltenham under pressure, did you?
We didn't. We didn't get the ball in the final third enough. I thought we had skipped tackles. I thought we was arriving late. They got to the majority of the first balls in the second half. Not like that in the first half, but again, if you don't score and then you concede from a set play, you're always backs against the wall. But again, I have to make sure that I analyse myself, and I will do. I'm a character that I show a fight and a determination. I think it's a special football club, Yeovil, and we've got to where we are with passion and determination, and I didn't see that in my team today, so I have to take responsibility of that.
Of course, it could be similar again next week. Notts County, another team down there towards the bottom, fighting for their lives. You're going to have to get your team up for that and get them to show more fight next week, aren't you?
This ain't going to go away. We are where we are. This is League Two football, and every point you play for, I said, is very, very valuable. But I expect more energy, more desire, more commitment to gain 3 points than what I've seen in that second half today. So I reflect on myself. I apologise to every single supporter. I've known, a lot of supporters that probably would have travelled today, and I accept the criticism as a manager, because that was totally unacceptable, that second half performance.
And just finally, it might be difficult for you to comment on it, but you're manager of the football club. There were some supporters fighting among themselves in the Yeovil Town end during that second half. That must be a worry, that supporters are arguing amongst themselves like that.
I think it is. Again, you're going to get supporters that are emotional. I'm trying to do everything that I can, like I've done last year, to keep the club in the Football League, and I understand one or two supporters would probably have turned on me right now, and I accept that, because again, they pay good money, they travel up and down the country, and the least they expect is a commitment from their team, and if they've got a finger to point at me, but I promise I'll be doing everything that I can to turn this around.